I am replacing the brake pads on a 2004 Mazda Miata. So, one of the first things we're going to look at is there's a little cap back here, and that's pressed in there. You just want to pop that off. That holds the caliper on, well, one of the ends. We got one here and one there. There's a 10 millimeter bolt here. Now I've heard some say that it's an 8. This one's a 10 though, so yeah, 10 fits that just fine. So we want to start by loosening that thing up. Uh-oh. I think this thing's a little bit. There we go. A little extra leverage. Ow! That hurt. Alright, it's loose. It is tough. There we go. No more bolt. Okay. Alright, now on the back of the caliper there is another bolt here. So yeah, I believe it's a 14 millimeter. You got two. You got one here that holds the caliper, or the brake, emergency brake cable onto the caliper, and then the one next to it, that's a 14 millimeter. Alright, so this 14 millimeter holds the whoops. Well, that's what I wanted, but I didn't think it was going to come that easy. Wow. But anyway, there's an adjustment for the alright, so I went ahead and put the screw this bolt back in a little bit so it'll hold the caliper, so I can get a little leverage on this thing to loosen this up without the caliper popping off. See if I can not hurt myself this time. Wait a minute. There we go. Get a little extra leverage again. Holy cow, who tightened this thing down? At least I didn't hurt myself this time. Alright, so we got that bad boy loose. And that's what that looks like. It's just got a cover for the for the 4 millimeter hex head bolt, screw, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so back to getting our caliper back off of there. So the original idea was to put the 4 millimeter Allen wrench in the hole there. You can see that. And I'm turning it to back off the piston from the pads, and that in turn was supposed to make this come up easier, but anyway, it came up already. Alright, so now that that's up, might be nice if I had something to wedge in there. There we go, that works. So now we have access to our pads, and they should just slide right out of there. Of course, it's been 11 years since I replaced these, so yeah. The other side was much worse. Not bad for 11 years. They are a little sticky though. I took this in for inspection, and well, he didn't like the rear brake pads. Of course, after 11 years, I didn't either. It's going to take 2 hands. Alrighty, here's the other one. Whew, pain in the butt. And my clip fell off. Oh, now I knocked the other one off. The other pad. Hey, something's not right here. Huh. There's no wear indicator on this one. There was for the other side. That's messed up. Well, poo. So I'm going to start with the top here, and I can put some force on that while I squeezing the bottom. There we go. New brake pads, yeah. Now I gotta compress the cylinder. Wonderful. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the 4mm in here, Allen wrench, and I'm gonna back that off as much as I can before I try compressing it. Alright, let's give that a shot. Stick an old brake pad in here, and then use my my C-clamp to compress that cylinder. Well, it's not actually straight on there, but that's the best I'm gonna get. Let's give it a shot. Alright, once you have the caliper compressed, then it'll just fit right over the new pads, just like that. Try not to get your fingers caught in it like I have. That's better. Then we want to put this screw back in. Bolt, whatever you want to call it. This one's at 10mm. I swear I had a 10mm ratcheting box end somewhere. I have no idea what the torque is on this thing. I'm just going to make it somewhat snug. That's good. Alright. And put our dust cap back on. Pops back on. And next, we want to put my Allen wrench right here. So we get our Allen wrench in the hole there. Start turning that. And you want to tighten it, turn it till it starts getting tight. And once it's snug, you can't turn it anymore. I've heard two things. I've heard back it off a quarter turn, and I've heard back it off a third turn. But what this is going to do, it's going to set the tension for the parking brake. Right there, it's not turning anymore. Let's see what's happening here. There we go. So once that's snugged up, that rotor is not gonna turn at all. So at that point, you just want to back that off about a quarter turn or a third turn, something like that. When you back that off, you should be able to turn the rotor a bit with the parking brake off. Okay. So then we want to put our dust cover back on. Oh boy, where'd I put that? In the box, thank goodness. This is the cover for the parking brake adjustment. So, that's just a cover, so it doesn't need to be super tight. It just needs to stay on there. Go. I think that'll stay. Alright, great. New brake pads on. Now you just put the wheel back on. I'm sure you guys know how to do that. Alright, so this left side parking brake still isn't adjusted correctly. I've removed the bolt that covers the Allen wrench adjusting screw. And back there I've got my Allen wrench in there, and so I'm turning it so that the tire is starting to get some tension on it now. So I want to turn that a little bit more until the tire stops. It starts to get a lot of friction on it. So right about there, it's getting really hard to, a lot of drag on that tire. So I'm going to back it off just a little bit. They say quarter, third turn, I don't know. I'm just going to go a little bit until it loosens up. I'm trying to lose a finger here. Yeah, my rotors are pretty rusty, so that could be part of my issue. Oh, that feels much better. Yeah, I like that. Oh yeah, that's holding nicely. Yeah, that's holding really nice. Okay, I like that. That's good. So, quarter turn, 3/4 of a turn, whatever. And, whew, what a pain in the butt that was. Finally got that adjusted right. Alright, hey, thanks again for watching.